Hey, welcome to Beauty on a Budget. This is Ashley and I'm going to be your reviewer, so let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be reviewing the synthetic hair for the hairstyle Miracle Knots. So I've had this in for about 2 weeks and I think it looks pretty good, if I do say so myself, for synthetic hair. So we're going to be going over the pros and cons of this hair and to see if it's worth buying again. And I have all my notes right here so that we do not get off track and we can fly through this, because I know y'all just want to see if you should get it or not. Okay, so of course this one is for the girls who aren't trying to drop hundreds on some Miracle Knot hair, because baby, one thing about me, I do not keep a hairstyle in long enough for me to be dropping hundreds of dollars. And yes, for the human hair you can reuse the Miracle Knot hair, but I'm not trying to spend hundreds of dollars on this hairstyles. But yeah, I consistently switch up my hair like every 2 weeks. I cannot keep a hairstyle in long, so I feel like this hair was perfect for me and I got a good run out of it, and I still think it looks pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into the breakdown now. So first we're gonna go ahead and start off with the price. So like I said, I got this hair off of Amazon and I do have Amazon Prime, so that is a factor in how much you will pay. So for this hair I paid $77.60 for 4 bundles in total. So this hair comes in a pack of 2. So one pack has 2 bundles at 50 strands each. Each bundle has 50 strands. So if you get only one pack, you are going to have 100 strands in total of the Miracle Knot hair, which I don't think is bad, but you're not going to get like a really full look. But of course I got 2 packs, so that is 4 bundles in total. So I have a total of 200 strands of Miracle Knot hair in my head. Individually, each pack is $40, but I also had an $8 off coupon, which I think is available to everybody, so you get kind of a discount when you buy this hair. That's why I ended up paying $77.60 and not the full $80. But if you wanna get technical, that's basically $80. But I don't think that's a bad price for some good synthetic hair that's gonna last you. I don't think that's a bad price. But I want to give like a disclaimer, I did end up messing up the curls, but they still look good in my opinion. I feel like I could still wear this for like a good 2 more weeks. This is me sleeping on it. This is me doing 12-hour shifts at work with the hair in a messy bun. This is all tangled up. This is me sleeping on it without a bonnet. That's why my that's why my roots are messed up. But yeah, I have not really been taking care of this hair and it still looks decent. You know, it got a little bit of tangles, but it looks good down. That is the price breakdown. So I paid $77.60 for 200 strands of Miracle Knot hair. So the texture on the site is listed as a deep water wave. Now initially I did get this hair hoping that it would be more of a wavier texture, but in person it's a lot curlier than what it seems online, but not mad at it because the curl actually adds to the longevity of this synthetic hair. So I'm not mad that it was a little deceiving, but I did want to wavier texture, but this was okay. Okay, next we're going to talk about softness. I think the softness is A1. It is very soft straight out of the package. Even while being maintained, I put water on this. I put conditioner. I was honestly shocked. It kind of acted like human hair the way it took the water and the product, and it did not mat up when I did those things. You know, I'm not like really familiar with synthetic hair, but I know when you try to put water and like natural hair products on it and stuff, it doesn't really work, but it worked for this. Next, I'm running through this. Y'all gonna get this review snappy and fast. Okay, next we're rating shine. It's the same as the softness. It has a really nice shine. It does not give an overly dramatic shine to where you're like, ooh, that's synthetic hair. And actually I had went to the doctor's and I got a compliment on this hair. She said, "Ooh, those are some nice bundles you have in your head." And I'm like, girl, little do you know that this is synthetic hair. Really, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I jacked up this hair with what I did when I maintained it. So I don't think it looks as good as it did, but it still looks good and I still got a compliment on it. She said it looked like bundles. And another thing, my mom wants to reuse this hair, so I was originally gonna cut out this hair when I'm about to take it down, but she was like, no, I want that hair, like I don't want it to go to waste. It looks good and you know I can freshen it up or whatever. So I'm like, hey, cool. I was gonna buy her some fresh new synthetic hair because it's not that expensive, but she said she wanted to use this hair, so I'm gonna take it out and she's gonna reuse it. So this hair is definitely, it definitely has longevity. It's not like regular synthetic hair that you only get like 2 weeks of use out of. You can definitely go longer with this hair. Okay, smell. For the smell, I can't really remember if it had a smell like straight out of the package. I don't think it would have, because I would have probably not put it in my head like that. I do not like no smelly hair. So smell was good, I'm assuming. Okay, let's talk about the installation process. Y'all, this hairstyle is not a difficult hairstyle, but when people say, you know, 4 or 5 hours, if you are a perfectionist in parting, I think it's gonna take you longer. And I did like medium parts, and it still took me a little minute, I'm not gonna lie. And like I said, I have 200 strands in my hair, so just imagine how long this took me to put in. I think this took me about a day to put inside my head, like counting all together, not including the breaks and stuff. This took me a day to put in my head. But overall, it's a basic, easy crochet. It's very, very basic. It's basic crochet. The only thing that I did not like about this installation process is the string of the Miracle Knot hair. Me personally, I think it's a little bit thick and kind of stiff. And I also think it's a little bit too long. I'm not 100% sure that it's supposed to be like that, but for the look I was going for, I did not really achieve, because I wanted this hair to drape from like the top of the part, but because of the string, like the string is so long, it hangs down, and it's not really covering like the top of my part like I wanted it to. Because, you know, I wanted to give like that wavy natural hair, like no braid, like you can't really see the braid because there's a curl like at the very top of your braid. But I didn't get that because of the string, which I still think this is cute, but that's a con for me. Also, another thing about the string, it was a little bit difficult crocheting it inside of my braid because I think it's too big. I think it should be smaller. It was kind of snagging my hair as I pulled the string through, and I don't think that's supposed to happen, but that is not like a super horrible con to me. You just got to be careful how you install it, and you have to take your time. Do not rush it, because you do not want to pull, snag, and break any of your hair. So my recommendation is to do this on medium. If you're going to get this synthetic hair, my recommendation is to do it on medium to large braids, so that I think it's going to be less prone to snagging your hair when you pull it through. Next is tangling. Does it tangle? I think the obvious answer is yes, it does tangle. I think all hair tangles, but yes, it does tangle because this is synthetic hair. Now I'm gonna reiterate again, I messed this hair up by brushing out the curls. So if you do get this hair, don't wet this hair and then brush out the curls, because that's really going to diminish them. But as y'all can see, it's still curly, but it's more like a droopy wavy curl, and as y'all can see, I feel like it's more prone to tangling when you brush out the curls. So don't do that. Don't do what I did if you want less tangling. But something else special about this hair is I feel like this mimics like a natural curl. And what I mean by that is the curls clump together. When you brush out this hair, the curls are going to form like the prettiest ringlets, and they just clump together, and I feel like it looks so natural. So if you're looking for that like individual curly look, like where the curls are all individual, this is not the hair for you, because this hair clumps together and it forms the prettiest curls, and I think it looks really natural and it looks super pretty that way. So what I would actually say is that this hair does not really tangle, it clumps together. In my opinion, if you install this right, this hair does not shed. When I was brushing out this hair, minimal hair came out. I was actually surprised. This is some good intact made hair. Like, this hair did not do any shedding while I had this in. Like I said, I have been laying on this. I have been going to work in this with a messy bun. My hair just threw up any type of way, and it still looks super duper good. Of course, this is my opinion. If you don't think my hair look good, whatever, I think you're a hater. But yeah, I feel like the only way you would get like excessive hair shedding from this hair is if you overbrush it. And like I said, if you want to keep this hair tangle free, and it's not really matted, because like I said, the curls clump together and it still looks cute. So even though it is tangled right now, I could throw this up in a ponytail and it still look good, because the curls, they look intentional. But yeah, as long as you don't overbrush this hair, baby, you're good. This hair is not going to shed on you. So let's go ahead and go over an overall breakdown. For the pros, this hair looks realistic. This hair is lightweight. I have, like I said, I got 200 strands in my hair. Oh, I forgot, did I mention? This is a 16-inch, guys. And yes, I did cut and layer it. I did my best. No itching, doesn't shed, doesn't really tangle if you know how to maintain it. It's soft, it has a nice texture, and yeah, so overall these are my ratings. For price, I'm gonna go ahead and give a 7.5 because honestly I feel like this hair could be a little bit cheaper. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very cheap girl, and $77 was kind of pushing it. Like, I was a little I'm very cheap when it comes to hair. I do not like to spend a lot of money on hair, so I honestly feel like this should be like $30 a pack. 35 is pushing it, so I'm gonna go ahead and give the price a 7.5 out of 10. Appearance wise, I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.7 out of 10, just because I feel like I kind of got tricked with the texture of this hair because I wanted something different, but what I got I actually really like, so my rating is still pretty high. Ease of use, I'm going to go ahead and give a 8 out of 10. Like I said, I have been treating this hair any kind of way, honestly, and it still looks pretty good. So with all of those 3 ratings combined, my overall rating for this hair is a 8.1 out of 10. Now tell me if I would have used Breezy Wave like I did on my last knot list, I would be down bad right now. So the $77 I spent for this hair, I think I actually did pretty good. This is some good quality synthetic hair. So if y'all like this review and y'all are interested in this hair, I have a link down below. If y'all buy from my link, of course I get a commission from it. So if y'all like the hair, go ahead and click the link below in the description or the comments and go ahead and get you some hair. But that's all for me today. Thank y'all for joining me on my beauty on a budget. I will see y'all in the next video with another hairstyle. So until next time, bye.